Hi, this is Lalit, and in this video, I'm going to show you how can we do exception handling in C# program. So in here, I have this Visual Studio solution and console application, which has got couple of classes for exception handling demonstration purpose. So you can see here, this is the program class out here having the main method. This is where I'll be calling my actual classes which are using try catch and finally for exception handling, and then we will see how things go and how can we use try catch and finally for exception handling. So let's go here. This is the class text calculator class where I'm using these three um, blocks. First one is try, then catch, and then finally. So these three blocks basically are required, or you can say we should try to implement in a program where we doubt that the program or the code might break. Try is the block where we have to put the code which we think can break. So this is where we will put our code. If something happens here, then this is the block which will catch the exception, and this is where we can display a error message to the user if this code breaks out here. And then we have this finally blocks which always gets executed no matter what, and this is where we can do object cleanup. So you can see here I have created an instance of this net taxable calculator class, which is actually giving me the net taxable income, and then I'm cleaning up here. Although in .NET framework there is a garbage collector which manages the memory for object instantiation and object killing, but it is a good practice to have the finally block and clean up all the objects once they are not in use or they are done their work. So yeah, this is the class where I have try, catch, and finally blocks implemented. These are the primary you can say constructs of exception handling in C#. So let's try and run this application and see how things go in here, and then we will see uh, if we need to change the code. So the execution control is come here. I'm debugging this application. So let's step into and then step into. So the control is come and get text liability uh, method, which will be instantiating net taxable calculator class, and then it will be actually calling this class to get the net taxable income. So I'm passing 40,000 out here, and this guy out here will be returning me uh, net taxable amount. So I have got here net taxable amount 20,000. I am putting a tax on this, so this should be good. And the code didn't break here. Finally called, the objects are cleaned up, values are returned, whatever it is, and console is printing that value. So you can see here we got the result. Now let's change the code and see if code breaks, what will happen. So let's again go to this class only, and here I will say divide by 0. So I am sure that this code is definitely going to break, so even the compiler won't accept it. So let's say divide by tax liability. In this case, compiler is not aware of what can be the possible value of this variable, so that's why compiler is not complaining now. but since we know that we are initializing this variable with zero value, and if it gets divided by zero, then definitely we will have an exception here, and then we will see what happens there on. So let's run the program again, and here let's say step into we'll come here, yeah, and then let's step over, and then you can see this got executed, and let's step into. So now you can see it is entering the catch block, and the exception is generated out here. Let's step into and see what is there in the exception. See, attempted to divide by zero. We can see the details of the exception here. It is clearly telling us attempted to divide by zero, which is not possible. So yeah, let's move on. Step into, step into, step into, step into, and the value return will be zero. So let's see what we get in the console window. You see, we get these values. First, we get the error message, which is saying attempted to divide by zero, and text library is zero because the program execution failed. So this is how try and catch blocks work. So this was a very basic example of how we can do exception handling in a C# program. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it.